Let me just explain what just happened. I was initially trying to do like a superhero song, like from the 60s, like, but I think it turned into that chicken song, the metal version. Hey cake nieces, it's Marisha. A couple years ago, I did this really awesome superhero cake. Then I did another cake, and that was Superman versus Batman. I made Spider-Man on the top looking like, oh, here I come, watch out for me, because I'm about to crawl over to the other side. And I did film that video, but it got deleted off of my last channel. I was so excited to do this video for you guys. This is a Batman, Spider-Man, and Ninja Turtles, because the cutie pie wanted Ninja Turtles. And I said, I don't blame you, because Ninja Turtles are a true factor in our superhero lives, and they don't get as much recognition as they should, if you ask me. So if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to click on the notification bell. They say that that's important nowadays. Let's get started. Starting off with two fully filled and crumb coated 6 and 8-inch cakes. For my 8-inch Batman cake, I'm gonna roll out some beautiful royal blue fondant, and I'm gonna cover it up as you typically would a fondant cake. I'm using my smoother to smooth down the edges, and you know what? Yes, I did have some little cracks and breakage at the bottom, but I totally didn't care because that's all gonna be covered up. So I'm gonna start to make my buildings. And I used 3 shades of blue, just the same blue that I used from before. I added a little black to that, got a darker blue, and then I just went in with black fondant, and I made different heights and widths and shapes of buildings. Probably twice this amount to cover the full bottom cake. So I went on to take some yellow fondant and cut it into small squares, and these are going to be my windows. Take your 20 hours to go ahead and put these windows on your buildings, and then set them to the side so that they can dry if they need to. If you just so happen to get straight windows, I applaud you right now, and I'm sending you an internet hug, because you are something special, and it's that simple. I used some tissue, later on switched that out to foil so that the tissue wouldn't stick, just to keep the building standing up. I really wanted height. You may not want height. You can make them all shorter and shorter than the cake. I also went in with some little white fondant balls to make stars, and I think this looks so good. So let's move on to our top Spider-Man cake. Same situation, although with red fondant. This is just so gorgeous to me. I thought this was the perfect red. And if you've made red fondant, you know how much red it takes to make that red. It's ridiculous. So I freehanded my Spider-Man eyes. Once I had one good eye, I just went and pretty much used that as the template for the next eye. And then I applied that to the cake with some water. I used a clay extractor to extract some black fondant. What was about to come out of my mouth? Black. To give my Spider-Man web. I think the thinner the lines are, the better it looks, the cleaner it looks. I actually did a cake a few years ago, and I think the lines were a little bit thinner, and I did those by hand, and that was like gorgeous. So do the best that you can. This part is a little bit tedious. Just try to make a web, and I like to center it right where the nose would be. So set that to the side for a little bit, and we're going to move on to our Ninja Turtles. You're going to make 4 egg-shaped green balls of fondant. I used the tip of a spoon to make the mouth. That's just the easiest way to go about this. And then I made little bits of yellow, red, blue, and purple fondant, and that's going to be the strap that goes around the eyes. I took 2 little balls of white fondant and I stuck that right on top where the eyes would be. I took a little bit of black gel dye and just used the tip of a toothpick and made the pupils for the eyes, and then those Ninja Turtles are done. Easy. So I rolled out a thick layer of gray fondant, and this is going to be the sewer, or the what is it, the manhole for the Ninja Turtles. I found a cup that's about 4 inches. You're going to need it to be smaller than your top tier. I flipped it over and it was even smaller. So I used that as a template as well to cut out the center of my manhole. Once I did that, I attached some toothpicks to the heads of my Ninja Turtles so that I could easily stick them into the cake. Now I'm going to make 8 little hands with some green fondant. You just take a little ball, flatten it out with your fingers, and then cut about 1, 2, 3 slits into there. You can round out each individual finger and then just stick it on either side of the Ninja Turtles. I added a few little bolts for some realism. And now we're going to make the lid. So I actually had a board that I cut out to be 4 inches. I covered that with the same gray fondant, and then I cut out the letters T, M, and T, which of course stand for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I set that aside for the time being. Now we can stack our cakes. I like to use bubble straws or even milkshake straws. That's what these are. They are perfect, you guys. I used to buy expensive dowels, and then when I realized that these bubble tea straws really do work, there was no going back for me. So I just stuck 5 into the cake, and I could easily stack my cakes together. And I made a Batman emblem just by tracing out the actual Batman sign, putting them together, and then attaching that to my little blank space. So that is it. That is my Batman versus Superman with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming in to say hello cake. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. Couture and a really cool superhero cake. Bye guys. I hope that you guys liked it. It's great for any occasion, like birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever. Let me know what your favorite superhero is down below. Seriously, growing up, period point blank, 90s kid, Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, Meteor Man. Comment below and say hello. Follow me on social media, on Instagram, on Snapchat, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, Cake Nieces.